How well, what makes Meta Match unique compared to other P2E games or Harmony One?
Yeah, so kind of as I've described before, we're hoping that the uniqueness of MetaMatch will come, of course, from the actual game. I mean, we'd like to think that the game itself is unique and fun and playable. And I mean, I personally haven't seen a well-developed, thought out match three game. So there is just fundamentally the fact that it is a match three game developed with the play to earn idea in mind. But then the second fact is the fact that we're hoping to have our token be a stable coin where when you earn for playing MetaMatch, you are earning a defined amount of money and you're not earning some arbitrary volatile token that may one day be worth 20 cents, the other day 50 cents, and the next day 2 cents. Like you don't know where it's going to go, what it's going to be. You don't know if your earnings are actually going to preserve themselves, if you should pull out your earnings, if you should reinvest your earnings because you're not very sure of the token itself. So we're hoping that like the security of maintaining a 50-cent value will incentivize people to actually feel like they're earning like a safe amount and without any, undisclosed bear market, whatever broader issues that might just tank the value of everything you've made.
Uh, with this stable coin that we want to create, so we can assume that's not going to be a free to play game, right? So people will need to make some investment to play to buy the MMN token or the NFT. Can you explain a little bit about this?
Yeah, so of course there's going to be multiple ways to buy in to the game because of course the game needs to be funded as well. So the first and the one that's currently available is buying the MetaMatch NFTs, which are, like I've said, available on Tofu NFT. But there's also going to be the subscription, the whole subscription thing that we're going to implement as we move into the public alpha, where you'll be able to just advance further on into the game and gain more levels and more rewards for opting into various levels of subscription. But this is still like heavily in the works, and we're figuring out a lot of the details with that stuff.
That's great. There are a lot of questions. I'm trying to select one. Do you have anyone, Nika here?
Yeah,
Uh, I will go. I'm reading the others.
yeah. It's a big vision for Meta Match, and apart from the bear market that is a struggle for everyone, what's been the biggest challenge you have faced?
Um, I think the biggest challenge is honestly just getting off the ground. I mean, with a lot of these crypto projects, it's a lot of like grassroots kind of getting the word out to people, getting garnering interest for a project. Of course, we have the basic game and we have the gameplay and it's bug free, it works well and it's fun to play as a match three game. But of course, we need to increase the amount of like publicity we get or the amount of interaction within the community. And so like getting off the ground is, a challenge with these things.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think that KVN has 17 questions. We can go through all of
Yeah, let's jump to another one.
them. Let's go through
XX is asking if there is some gameplay footage available somewhere. Uh, do you know really if there is some gameplay? I guess on your light paper, he can find some, right? Or not?
Yeah, I was about to say on the light paper there should be clips of every step of the gameplay aspect.
There is another question from KVN. He basically covers everything. So and he's asking about the token and also about the game. But if you have a timeline, we of course we understand that it's hard to give a precise date. But do you have an idea when you guys are going to launch the game, the open alpha, and also when you guys are going to launch the token, and if to buy the token there is any kind of pre-sale or anything else?
So yeah, we're hoping to launch the public alpha somewhere mid-July, maybe towards the end of July, but aiming for mid-July. And alongside with the launch of the public alpha, we're going to launch the token because the public alpha is going to feature, withdrawals, deposits, and an actual earning system. And so without the token, that would be impossible. But the development of the token is, of course, going to be done with you guys, with Harmony Play. And so, moving forward, we're going to develop a timeline based on how that works out with you guys.
That's great. As soon that the project has a game, we always want to help because that's what Harmony needs. There is another question here. What, in your opinion, makes MetaMatch unique to other play-to-earn games on Harmony One or even in crypto space in general?
I would say it's just it's really, I mean, fundamentally, play to earn games do represent like a similar idea. It's just we want to incentivize playing, games. We want to feel like we're rewarding the player for engaging with the game past just entertainment. I would say a lot of the uniqueness of MetaMatch just comes from A, being a unique game. We're hoping to actually create a fun, like a game that both implements match 3 aspects and RPG, MMORPG aspects with a broader sort of world and like this interaction between the different factions that we've created, and like we're gonna have larger scale like territorial sort of world development and things like that. And we're trying to just create a fun game. And then, like I've said, we're also hoping to be a little bit more secure than other projects for the players themselves. And we're hoping that the MetaMatch token can offer a good source of like secured income for people or whoever, invests or want to.
That's great. I think we can move to DJ. KVN can write another questions if he wants. Um DJ is asking if you have any other collabs that you have in mind. Actually, he has another question before, and that you guys talk about a famous AI. But what kind of AI it is and why it's famous? I'm not sure about this one. Not sure if you are aware.
I mean, it's a bit of like a facetious claim. It's more just our AI it offers a challenge. Like if you're not a professional match 3 player, the AI will be a fun experience. Like it won't just be a steamroll because you're human and AIs usually suck. But yeah, it was a bit of a hyperbole just to be funny about the AI.
Oh, great. He has another one. It's he's asking if people that don't get the subscription will be limited by the fact that they can't get past level 5. And what's the biggest plus of having the subscription and how much will cost?
Yeah, so the subscriptions are one of the things that are gonna be like coming out a little later because we're projected to release the subscriptions after the public alpha. So we're not exactly sure on like the specific costs of the subscriptions because first we're gonna have to develop the actual token with you guys and figure out like the max supply and things like that. And then based on those decisions, we're gonna make further decisions with things like subscriptions, which is gonna come along later in the development process. So at the moment, honestly, the best like I couldn't tell you exactly because subscriptions are just later along in the development process. We're not quite there yet.
That's great. Nika, do you have any other one? There is a question here also if the game will be mobile friendly from It's Me or B.
Yeah, the game is going to be mobile friendly, but we're not intending on releasing an actual application. It's just going to be web browsable or web browser accessible, but on mobile, and it will be compatible with mobile, and it will be designed to actually look good on mobile on the web browser.
That's great. Uh, well, I need to ask because people will talk about it, and you guys, of course, probably are very used to this. Uh, I guess between you guys and Crypto Royale, the things didn't end really well. So, uh, can you explain a little bit more just about, intellectual property, if it's everything from you guys, or if they help it, if there is any litigation between the both projects? I understand that sometimes in business relationships didn't end very well, and that's okay. But if you can just explain a little bit, I think would be great for you guys and for everyone that really clearly a lot of people are very interested in your project.
Yeah, I mean the aid that we received from Crypto Royale was sort of in the Discord, like, creating a channel, garnering hype, talking about the project and, showing it to the Crypto Royale community, because of course the Crypto Royale community is relatively large. But from a sort of developmental point of view, artistic point of view, that's kind of our own. From that point on, like, we don't really have issues with Crypto Royale. It was just that the funding, it just didn't seem realistic for us to fund our game under the umbrella of Roy, and that's kind of where our issues start and end. It's really just a question of like finances. And so we just personally decided that it would be better for us to finance our game through the creation of our own token, which we could then, collect on fees or whatever, which we could mint ourselves, which we could create ourselves, which we could distribute ourselves. And that's really kind of the limit of our separation or our disagreement, I would say. So it's
That's
not like it's not bad. It's just, money is tough, and we just
no, it's
decided easier.
that's okay, and I guess the situation of the market is not helping any project. Crypto Rally, of course, is a very nice project. Of course, we like them very much. They are, I guess, one of the only one projects here that really have a game. Hopefully, MetaMatch is going to be another one, and of course, this is very good for the whole Harmony ecosystem. So hopefully, in the future, you guys can partner again. Yeah, it will be great for both projects. That's I think for me, it's answered. Uh, Nika, do you have any other one? I was not reading the chat.